tribe? Welcome back to my channel, Presence of a Goddess. Thank you guys for joining me today. Let's see what we have here. What's the quick message? I would appreciate if you hit that like and that subscribe. All right. I hope you guys had a great day, great week. Whenever you see this message, it is timeless. What is the main energy for my tribe that is watching us here? Okay, Spirit. The fate, detours, divine intervention. The Ten of Swords. Something was a divine intervention because something could have like fatally, like I'm hearing fatal attraction, but this could also be like a fatal event. You were protected from a fatal event. For some of you guys, a fatal event happened because it was a divine intervention. It could have been worse. Somebody could have like tried to end you, or a situation. It doesn't have to be a person who could have tried to do this. It could have been just something was fated to end tragically. Maybe you are blaming yourself for why something happened, but Spirit was like, it could have not happened. Like it could have been avoided. It had to happen. Something about the full moon or the new moon. Let me see. I'm getting full moon. Yeah, something had to happen for new beginnings to happen in your life. Okay, so Tower moments for new beginnings. Maybe because you were trying to avoid something that couldn't have been avoided. And I get that a lot. Like, some people be like, even me as a reader, as an intuitive, being, I be trying to avoid things that God tells me, like, okay, this is about to happen. And God would tell me, like, it can't be avoided. But I still try to avoid it. But God be trying to, like, prepare me, like a head-on collision type energy. And it's given, like, God tells you, you're going to experience this, but I'm going to protect you through this. And sometimes we try to avoid it still because we scared, right? So maybe something could not be avoided. Maybe it was a car accident. Some of you guys, this was a shooting. Some of you guys, this was like maybe somebody got something about a crossfire. Somebody got caught in a crossfire. Maybe somebody else's action led to something tragic for you. Maybe you were taking on someone else's karma in your bloodline, but you had to take on it for something to end. Like, I feel like some of you guys, you were given a torch. You had to carry the torch in order to end something. It's like going into war. Somebody gonna get shot, but you're winning some type of victory. All right, so maybe you had to take a hit. You know what I'm saying? You had to take that L to receive a W for you and your bloodline. Okay. Maybe you're wondering, like, wow, this bad stuff happened to me. There's something about you had to take on someone's karma, but God was going to make sure that you'll be okay. For some of you guys, you accepted some type of challenge about like generational curses. And when we enter generational curses, it's not going to be easy. We're going to have to go through the fire to get through the fire. All right? So I hope that makes sense. But you have some type of victory. You could be in Aries, okay? Or your Aries could be in your 10th house, where you have to take action. Like, maybe some of you guys, you work in a warehouse, or you work hands-on, or you have to work like strenuous, hard work, warehouse energy. You had to do that here. Or you're used to that type of job, but now you're about to have an easier job, all right? For some of you guys, you had to be in survival mode so long, to the point where, like, God is getting you out of survival mode, but it's not. Like, you're so used to survival mode. You're so used to having to, like, you're so used to getting the short end of the stick. You're so used to having to work so hard for something that it's hard for you to accept help, or to, for things to come easy to you. Maybe you are kind of looking at things suspicious, like, why things are coming easy to me now? And it's because God said you broke this generational curse. And for some of you guys, when we break generational curse, it's not going to be, yeah, we won. It's going to be a tired thing. It's going to be like, dang, that was hard. I'm tired. My back hurt. You know what I'm saying? Now God has you in a healing process where you can sit down and rest because you did do the work. It may not look like you ended something because something could have ended in tragedy, but it had to happen. Somebody had to make the sacrifice, and you had to make the sacrifices for your bloodline, for your children, for your loved ones, for your lover. You get what I'm saying? That's what's coming out to be. You know, the burning, this is what I'm getting. The burning bush, you know, when Moses saw the burning bush, only he saw it and he accepted the calling from God. Yeah. God chose you because you accepted something. You accepted the calling. God didn't say it was going to be easy. 40 years. Now you're receiving your milk and honey. You entered the promised land. And you know, when they went to the promised land, they was like, dang, we finally here. I'm hungry. You know? And then they got the fruits and things. They got everything they wanted to eat. You know, I think they got more than manna. I believe so. And they like, ooh, this fruit's of my labor. It's good. After 40 years of being hard-headed, I accepted my calling and I went through it. I did not give up. All right, I did not give up. I may sat down for a second because I was hot and I was tired. But I made it to the promised land. You made it to your promised land, even if you got there tired and you were dragging your feet and you was crawling to you made it. It don't feel like it right now, though. It might not feel like it. That's what I'm getting. Your back could hurt. Somebody, if you need a massage or a chiropractor or something, maybe treat yourself to a spa. You know, maybe you have more time on your hands now, and it's hard for you to accept it. You're like, where all this time? Like, oh my goodness, I got too much time on my hands. People want to help me. People want to love me, you know, without no conditions. They're not asking me to exchange nothing. You know, they care about me because they want to care about me. You know, I don't have to do a backflip for them to love me. You know what I'm saying? I come, here I am, they love me. You're loved. You're surrounded by love. God loves you. God bringing the right people to you because he loves you. Okay? You made it to your promised land. And it may not seem like it right now because you're tired. You've been through so much, you're starting to feel it. But God's saying, you can rest now. I have people who's taking care of you. For some of you guys, a lover, emperor is coming in, or empress. Somebody could be an Aries is coming in, hand and feet. And you're like, what do you want from me? Like, why do you want to love me? What do you want from me? And somebody like, baby, I just love you for you. You're beautiful. You're handsome. You know, why else would I love you? You have a beautiful soul. Like, somebody just loving you for your beautiful soul. And you had to go through hell to get to that point. But you also had to stop messing with people who put you through it. You had to learn what heaven was. And only you would know that, what your heaven is to you. In order to learn that, you had to, in order to learn that, you had to definitely go through the fire to get through the fire. And now you're through the fire, and you're not crisp or burnt. You sharpened your tools. Somebody could be like a welder. Or you could be taking like classes, perfecting your craft, or enjoying hobbies that you didn't have time for before. You have time now. You know, you have time for the things you want to do and the people you love and things like that. I feel like you feel discouraged because you're like, I don't know, but I feel like your ancestors are very proud of you. Last minute plans. Maybe something's about to happen last minute. It's going to make you blush. Never mind. Maybe somebody going to change their mind at the last minute. For some of you guys, this is a divine intervention where, like, you were going to go somewhere, but somebody changed their mind or you changed your mind last minute. That was your intuition. That was God telling you, don't go. And then when you heard about something tragically happen, God was intervening, preventing you. For some of you guys, it's like, God redirected you from a tragedy. That's what I'm getting. You know better now. You know better now. Feeling young again. You're aging backwards here. All right. Made a wrong first impression. Your next chapter will be amazing. Maybe I'm also getting for some of you guys, if you was about to date somebody or was about to like get married to someone or about to move in with someone, it was a divine intervention. Like, don't move in with that person. Don't get married to that person. You know, like they really showed who they really were at the last minute. You realize like, I'm really not feeling you and your intentions, or, you know, things like that. You dodged a bullet, okay? Because now the right person is coming in your life. Even if this is just a friendship where you were hanging with this person and then like they started showing at your colors and you was like, okay, I'm done hanging with you. I don't know. That could be very significant. Nurture. Time to nurture yourself and confess your sins or be honest with yourself at this time because Spirit's purging you. This is why Spirit has you face who you are, and because you're getting ready to become who you need to be, or you're becoming who you need to be. In order to do that, you need to purge out the old you. Some of you guys, this is a cleanse. All right. King of Swords. Healing. Your healing is bringing the right person, the right person who sees you for you and not your trauma or anything like that. I hope that resonated here, y'all. Something about a blood test. Something about your bloodline. Maybe the people that somebody's not your blood. I don't know. Maybe you need to take a blood test so you know what type blood you are. A blood transfusion could have been significant. Yeah, I don't know. But all I'm getting here is like you broke generational curses for your bloodline. You were chosen for that. And it wasn't going to be easy. But you're getting rewarded and rest now. Love you guys.